guys! Welcome. Let me get set up very quickly. Very quickly getting set up. This is my life now. Yay! Let me try to make sure I'm actually doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Sorry, I need to check everything, save everything, check everything, make sure I'm actually doing my job, basic things. Hello. Alright, I'm back. Hello and welcome to everything. I think I'm stuck right now. You're looking at my live setup, oh my gosh. Whoa. There we are. Alright. My thing was not popping up and that was not very good for me. I needed it to pop up. Ah! I'm falling! Alright. Hi guys, this is me. Ranking, but I am probably the most opinionated person you will ever meet about this game. I'm swearing this to you right now. I think I might be solidly the most opinionated person ever when doing this kind of thing. This is also a Canva PowerPoint. Thanks, Canva, for letting me make a PowerPoint on you. This PowerPoint was also made by me, so you're welcome. I love it, so I hope you love it too. Hi, Sebastian! Welcome to my judging every character in this video game. Oh, I got a tornado warning. Sorry about that. I got a tornado warning on my phone because it's storming pretty heavily over here. Really heavily. If you hear rain, it's because it's raining type of stuff. But yeah. I made this PowerPoint yesterday, which is why I didn't stream yesterday. Is because I'm doing this. I am fully prepared for hate. I am fully prepared for it. My opinions are not good opinions, and I know they're not good opinions. If you don't agree with my opinions, feel free to state you don't agree with my opinions. I don't mind. I know what I am, and I am probably gonna get, roasted heavily.
Did you get the tornado warning?
I did get the tornado warning, yes. I know, aren't you so excited? We could all die. We're not gonna die. There's not gonna be a tornado. Probably not. Let me knock on wood real quick. Alright. This is also a guide. If you're new to this game or looking to play this game and you're like, oh, who are the characters? What's gonna go on? I'm gonna be explaining the characters. And probably making you also form opinions about the characters because My cat jumped on my bed. I'm so sorry. I will ridicule you. Perfect, Sebastian. I will take your ridicule. I'm going to start off at the farm and work my way around, in a circle type thing, then go to the desert, then Ginger Islands. That's kind of how it's going to go. This is also characters you can talk to, interact with, and gift. Gain friendship with. So people like Birdie, Dr. Snail, Mr. Key, Gunther, and Morris, I'm not going to be talking about because you can't really do anything with them in base game. Just letting you know. First up, we have the player. Ignore the broken picture. I know it doesn't work. It's, broken. I gave the player a 10 out of 10 because the player is quite literally us. It's me. I think I'm wonderful. I think this is my cat. Say hi, Kobe! Say hi, my little kitty! It's my cat, sorry. It's literally us. We do everything in this game. We're the farmer. We provide the crops. We provide the fish. We do everything for everybody. We are literally the town heroes. We do quite literally everything for everybody. Everyone should love us. We are that bitch. 10 out of 10. I think we're wonderful. You play this game, you're the player, I think you're wonderful. It's just how the world works. 10 out of 10. Next up we have Marnie. Marnie's a 6 out of 10. Marnie, I am not a Marnie lover, but she's not an awful person, and she's actually really useful. She's very nice. She's not mean to you. That's my biggest, her pro. She's a nice person. She gives you animals. Marnie is the person that has the animal shop. She also, at the beginning of the game, Sebastian, that's so real. Unless you go and pelt all the villagers with mud, then you're the hero. Marnie gives you the animal at the beginning of the game. Your dog or your cat you pick. Marnie's the one that decides, I've known you for like 5 days. I think you'll be a good owner for an animal. And just brings you an animal. And I love that because I like animals. She gives you the animal shop. So she's useful. She has use. That's enough for me. And she has like depth with her drama with Lewis. Spoiler warning! Spoiler. This entire thing is a spoiler, guys. I'm gonna be going into lore. You're gonna find out. Spoilers. Marnie has an affair with Lewis. Hello, tornado warning too. Marnie's like, they're like doing the deed. They're doing the dirty. And Marnie lays down and lets Lewis do whatever the hell he wants to her. And it's awful. Now, her cons. She never actually works. The whole point of her character is to own the animal shop. But she's never actually owning the shop. I agree. Dog spelled backward is God. So really, the dog is God. I get cats personally. As you saw earlier, my cat.
Her name is Kobe. Hi, Bean.
She has that freaking microwave, which she prefers to stare at the microwave more than she prefers to work at her job. Like, my animals are starving to death, and Marnie's watching her Hot Pocket get heat. Just pop. No. I hate it. She lays down and takes Lewis. He's kind of a doormat. She's like, Lewis, I want to tell everyone about our affair. And then Lewis says, no, it'll ruin me. And she's like, okay. Like, I mean, come on. You can't be that smitten. He's an old, senile man. You can't like him that much. He can't be that good. And she's very static. That's a con. Most of the characters, their biggest con with me is they're static, meaning they don't change. Characters that you meet them one way and they never grow or develop or change their character in any way, shape, or form. They just stay the same. That's a con for me. I'm a sucker for some good character development. And the fact she doesn't have any. She has an issue, she has drama, but nothing ever happens with that drama. And it just kind of sucks. He'll have to mention, he really will. Lewis is an old man. You deserve so much better. Look at you. She deserves so much better. Now, for a compilation of Marnie doing everything except for working at her job. Staring at her microwave. Leaving her house, probably to go to Pierre's. Working out at Pierre's every Tuesday. I mean, come on. My animals are starving to death, Marnie. You don't need to be jump roping that badly. I mean, come on. Oh my god. I love her. I do. She's useful. And she's nice to you. But oh my god, she is a pain in the butt. Next we have Shane. This is like at this point, from here onward, people are gonna start coming for my head. I gave Shane a 7 out of 10. He is a bachelor. You can marry him. You can get with him. I'm aware that he changes. I don't care. He has multiple pros and multiple cons. He's a very in-depth character. His cons is his pros is he gives you blue chickens. That is a good thing. Once you reach, I think it's the 8 heart cutscene, you get blue chickens from him. And I understand. I love the blue chickens. They're the best. I love them. He's a good godfather to Jas. Shane is Jas's godfather. I'm fairly certain, based off of just appearance, that they're related otherwise. Like, they have more relation than just godfather and goddaughter. But it's never expressed how exactly they are related beyond godfather, goddaughter. I don't know. Gifts. He gives you gifts. When you become friends with Shane will gift you things like pizza and pepper poppers in the mail, which are very useful when you're starting out in the game. As like food items give you energy, speed. Pepper poppers give you speed. Pepper poppers also give you a farming boost, I believe. So probably that's pretty good. His lore. He is the drama. Oh my god, this man. Shane has depression, and all of his beginning game cutscenes are based around his depression and you helping him get better and like cope and stop being an alcoholic. He is the drama. When you think about this game and you think about, ooh, who's the character with the most issues? It's Shane. Shane is the man. He is the guy with everything. Which means he has character depth, which I can appreciate. He is the definition of I can fix him, which is true. You can fix him. If you have a hero complex, he's the guy for you. You love him, you give him treats, You walk him to therapy, you take him to Harvey, you fixed him. Then you marry him, and then you're stuck with him forever. He's like a roach. Easy. He is the easiest character. Okay. He just like me for real. Don't want you to compare yourself to Shane, dude. You're gonna compare yourself to Shane, and then you're gonna be stuck with that comparison for the rest of your life. Shane is the easiest character in the game. You just give him like a beer, talk to him every day at the saloon, give him a pizza every once in a while, and Shane's yours. You can dance him at the flower festival, up your hearts with him. You can probably marry him by the end of your first year. I'm being dead honest with you when it comes to this. Like you could probably, if you have the funds for it, you could, and like have your house upgraded, you could marry Shane in the first year potentially. Now his cons. He's a jerk to you. He is actually a jerk. He's not just to you. He's a jerk to everyone. Nobody likes Shane. He's an alcoholic. The whole point of this is to get him into rehab. He is an actual alcoholic. He's depressed, and that's not a bad thing. Yes it is. It is a bad thing. Let me reword that. Having depression isn't good, guys. The only reason it's a con, and not like he's just depressed, it's just his character, is he makes his depression his entire character. His entire character pretty much is made up of, I'm a jerk alcoholic with depression. You help me not be a jerky alcoholic depression person. And I like chickens. That is his entire personality. I'm being dead honest. That is his entire personality. Oh, and I live for my goddaughter. That's literally it. Like, I mean, you can have depression and not make it your entire personality. That's all I'm saying. Mean to you. He's mean to everyone. That falls into jerk. But I feel like it needs to be stated that he's mean. He's a mean boy. He works at JoJo. We quite literally moved away from our JoJo job to leave it behind, only to arrive at this town and be stuck with a JoJo. And he works there. Look at his tattered jacket. I wonder how he still has a job with that hole. Speaking of hole, he's a slob and a half. Oh my god. No, depression is a bad thing. Depression is a very bad thing. A very bad thing. I know it is. Don't, my dad. Don't. I know it's a bad thing. Depression's a bad thing. I promise it's a bad thing. Imagine you decorated your house. Your house is all decorated and pretty, and then you marry Shade, and then you're stuck. You're stuck with that awful side room. Oh my god. I have a picture to prove it. Alright? Here are the reasons you should like Shane. He gives you pizza, he gives you pepper poppers, and he gives you blue chickens. You should be with Shane because he gives you nice stuff. Look at the blue chickens. I love the blue chickens. I would marry him. It's character building. You have lore. Don't be ashamed of your lore. No. 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 Oh, here are the reasons you should not like Shane. He drinks. That is the side room. This is the side room you get stuck with. You date Shane, the beer bottles, the dirt on the floor, and you can't change it. And you can't, fix it. You're just stuck. You have a beautiful house, and you're stuck with this as your side room, and you can't change it. Hello, Cooper. Welcome, Cooper. I actually hate the side room. And here's some voice lines for Shane talking to you. What? What do you want? Go away. I don't know you. Why are you talking to me? You again. How many times do I have to tell you to leave me alone? If you didn't get the hint, he doesn't want you to talk to him. And he's very verbal about what the fuck do you want? Get the hell away from me. And that's he's very blunt about that. Look at that mean little scowl. Why do you want him? Do you like it when he plays hard to get? 'Cause look at him. He's actually the trash man. I don't understand the appeal. I don't understand the appeal. I say I don't understand the appeal as probably the first male character I ever got with being Shane. And the first guy I got when I got it on my laptop was Shane. Because I wanted something easy to get the achievement that said that I married. No. Okay. Next we have Jas. Jas, I gave an 8 out of 10. My dad looked me dead in the eyes and said, "You rated her too high." I love Jas. Look at her little face. Look at that face. I actually love Jas. She's actually the cutest little bean to ever be. She's a nice kid. Like, she's genuinely nice to you. She's a genuine sweet kid. She's a smart kid. If you snoop around her house and you look and you see a report card just laying on the table and you decide to read it, you learn she's a very smart kid, and she actually brags about her smartness. I mean, if you're compared to Vincent, the only other kid in the town at the beginning of the game, your entire schooling career, she probably thinks she's a genius. I'm gonna be honest. She lives with the alcoholic, depressed man and the woman who stares at the microwave for an hour and a half. She probably does think she's a genius. I'm gonna be honest. I think I'm a genius too if I live with those people. She adds dynamics. Okay. When I say she adds dynamics, I mean this is a working, functioning village. It makes sense to have children in the village. Jas adds absolutely nothing to the plot of the game. She gives you nothing, she does nothing for you, she just kind of exists. Meaning she adds the dynamic of, we are a real town, we have children, we have levels. Oh my god, she is the happy little nerd emoji. The woman's like, actually, that's her. That's who she is. That is this little girl right here. Look at her little face. I mean, she's just such a little bean. If I was Shane, I would live for her too. I mean, look at her. She's just a child. Which is like kind of her cons is she's incredibly static. She quite literally, I'm fairly certain, exists to add levels to the game. Just like we have kids. She never goes through character experiences because she's a child. I mean, she's just kind of there. But when she is there, she is actually precious. And her lore is very confusing. That's like 1 point got docked because she's static, 1 point got dropped because she's so confusing. Let me get into that. Jas is a child with purple hair and purple eyes who lives with her Aunt Marnie and her godfather Shane. Jas looks, appearance-wise, more like her godfather Shane than she does her Aunt Marnie. Also, Marnie is also Shane's aunt, meaning Jas and Shane have to be related somehow, but they're never explicitly stated that they're siblings. Meaning that Marnie has to have 2 other siblings, or at one point have been married to someone who had 2 siblings. Where Jas is the child of one, Shane is the child of the other, meaning that Shane and Jas are cousins in some way, shape, or form, but neither of them are Marnie's biological children, and Marnie had to have at some point been married to someone else, unless Marnie had family. But Shane's an adult who lives with his aunt, supposedly to help take care of Jas, because Marnie has a business to run, and Shane's the godfather, and probably can't take care of her by himself. Where are Jas's parents? Why is the child living with her godfather and her aunt? What happened to her parents? I think the child has trauma. I just don't know what it is. Because I'm being dead honest. Her lore is so confusing. It's just like, everything's just there. But why? Why? And we'll never know why. Because it's never stated why. It's never even implied why. It's just there. I'm just like... And that's enough to drop a point for me, personally. Next up, we have the wizard. Come for me. I don't care. I know there are Sims out there who simp for this man. Come for me. I gave him a 7 out of 10. He is nothing more than a 7 to me. Okay? 7. Only because he's a cool guy. He's a wizard. He does magic. I think that's actually awesome. I love it. He lets us read the Junimo Scrolls. He is the guy, the first cutscene you get with him. Yay! Magic scrolls! Yay, we can read them now because he gives us magic weed potion. Like, Okay, cool. He gives us the forest essence, and I love it. He has the magic store. Once you become better friends with him, you see this little thing right here, the little black and purple tomb thingamajigger. That is the magic store, which gives us the golden clock, which you need for completion, the obelisks, which you need for game completion. So the wizard you have to be friends with him to complete the game. Literally, you have to be friends with everyone to complete the game. What am I saying? Don't listen to me. Once you become really good friends with him, you also unlock the character statue / shrine thing, where you can change your gender and your appearance. My mom once played this game. She got stuck with a duckbill until she was able to change it. And at that point, she was so used to having a duckbill, she's like, it looks weird without the duckbill. I just kept the duckbill, which I think is great. 6 out of 10? That's valid. That's valid. I think a 6 out of 10 is pretty valid for the wizard. I only gave him a 7 because he's really... You need him to do the game. He's useful. Speaking of useful, he gives you the Dark Talisman. His magical ink quest is what gives you access to the Witch's Swamp, which gives you access to the Void Eel, and the Void Salmon. Is there a Void Eel? Oh my god. I'm trying to think if there's Void Eel in the real game. I know there's a Void Salmon in the base game. I play with too many mods. I'm confusing myself. I play with like Expanded, and Expanded added stuff to the game. I'm like, what am I doing? You need the Witch's Swamp to complete the game, which he gives you. And he has lore. He has this drama with the witch. Speaking of, he cheated on the witch with Caroline. I'm going to say it right now. He cheated on the witch with Caroline. The witch got so consumed with jealousy and rage, she became the witch. The witch gives us void chickens. If the wizard never cheated on the witch would never exist. Therefore, we would never have void chickens. So, what I'm putting down here is the wizard telepathically, indirectly gives you void chickens, which you also need for the game. Game completion. So the wizard's actually great. Honestly, yeah. Mod users trying to remember how vanilla works. I'm trying to remember what part of the wizard is expanded and what part is not. I know expanded, the wizard has this whole thing where I protect the valley from the monsters. And I was about to put that down as a pro, but then I remembered that's not base game. That is expanded. That is like all expanded lore. Don't put that down. My younger sibling Al is making a PowerPoint updated with the expanded information. Just so we can have a separate thing. Just here's the ranking with expanded. His cons. His drama is so weird. His drama of I cheated. I am a sad little recluse. Hi, Kobe. Kobe mentioned part 2. Look at my baby. His drama is so fucking weird. His drama is so weird. He's... Hi, I'm talking about the wizard.
That's why you said my name.
Yeah, I did.
You're talking about my obsession?
Yeah, Elle's obsessed with this character. But he's a very static character, meaning he never actually changes. You learn more about his lore, I guess, and he slowly stops saying, "Get the fuck out of my tower." But he never actually like changes personality-wise. He just kind of gets a little bit nicer to you. He exists solely for plot. That's basically it. He exists to move the game along. Without him, you wouldn't really be able to play the game. So he exists for the plot of the game. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with existing for the plot of a game. And it's a really cool character to exist for the plot of the game. I mean, I like him. And he's very professional. Like, that's not usually a bad thing, but the fact of the matter is, he's very professional when you meet him, and he stays professional. Like, he never becomes, like, actually friendly with you. We just stay a professional relationship, no matter what happens. And that kind of throws me off a little bit. I'm gonna be honest. It really does. I know. I'm gonna get... L's already come from my head about not giving him, like, a 9. So I'm, like, done. Okay, here's where it's gonna get bad. Leah... I said that 5 people ago. I gave Leah a 6 out of 10. My father condemned me to the wolves for this one. He looked me in the eyes and he's like, a 6! She deserves more than a 6! I don't think she does. I don't think Leah deserves more than a 6 out of 10. Leah is a cottagecore artist wife. I love Leah. Hi, Kobe. I do really love Leah. I think she's a great person, a great character. She has a cute little shack in the woods where she paints and sculpts and stuff. And she has some drama, you know? She has some tea with her ex. I appreciate tea with her ex. And it's like gender based. If you're a female, her ex is a female. If you're a male, her ex is a male. It's really just based off that, which means she's a bi icon, and I love her. In fact, she's the wife I go for in this game. When I play base vanilla game, if I'm going for a female, Leah's who I'm going for because I love her. Look at her. She respects nature, which I can appreciate. She does. She respects the forest. I mean, she lives in it, so I mean, I guess she kind of has to. And she gives you decor. Leah gives you 2 pieces of decor. She gives you the statue, and she gives you, in her 14-hour cutscene, basically she kind of gives you a painting, aka you paint and you get to keep your painting because it sucks. Her cons is she's a very static character. I'm gonna be blunt. You meet her, she's nice to you, she talks about the trees. You marry her, she's still nice to you, she still talks about the trees. She never changes. She came out to the valley to be connected to nature, to be inspired, to paint more. And that's exactly what she did. And she still does it, no matter what. Like, she doesn't change. And she doesn't need to change. That's the thing. She stays the same, but she doesn't necessarily need to change anything about herself. She starts off friendly, she stays friendly. It's just how it is. She's just very the same. And it gets kind of boring, I'm gonna be honest. Her decor, okay, she does give you decor. Yay, decor, yay! Her decor sucks. The decor is so bad. Like, I physically keep it in a chest. I don't even put it out. I don't like it. It's not good for me. Every time I look at it, I want to cry. I mean, no. No. And I respect that she respects nature, but sometimes it just gets to a point where it's just like, you don't want to marry me. You want to marry the tree. I can't. No comment. Good Sebastian. Don't comment on this one, because I feel like I might get thrown to the wolves for this one. Here are some quotes directly from Leah about her being a tree hugger. It's simpler to be friends with the trees. They don't have much to say. Which is either A, an insult to me, because I'm the one talking to her, and she looks at me and she's like, it's easier to be friends with trees. They don't talk so much. Which is an insult personally. But anyone who talks about being friends with trees, it's too much. Also, let's say, for example, you've met Leah, say, a week ago. This is what she says to you. I hate to be blunt, but if we don't treat nature with respect, our grandchildren will be doomed. Don't you think so? You've known this girl for less than a month, and she's already talking to you about our grandchildren. And the end of the world. I mean, I agree. It's a true fact, but I've known you not long enough for you to talk to me about this. Also, every single season, she has special dialogue about foraging for food, about her salads. And in winter, she's like, I can't find any food to make a salad, or I found good mushrooms in the fall for my salad. And it's like, I know, you make good salads, you forage. I forage too. In fact, I'm pretty sure I'm the one stealing all the forage you used for your salads. I'm the reason you're starving in your shack. I don't care about your salad. Stop talking to me. Hi, Kobe. Hi, baby girl. Yeah, you're a baby. I know. My cat, I hear you. Okay, I love Leah though. So, ow, fuck. Don't do that, baby. Don't do that, baby. It's my cat kneading her claws. BRB. Goodbye, Sebastian. BRB. Oh, here's Leah's ugly decor. Look at that mess. That's what you get stuck with. Technically, you paint that, but you get stuck with that because of Leah. Also, that statue. It makes me want to cry. I don't. Nope, not for Gwen. Jody. Okay. I gave Jody a solid 7 out of 10. I love Jody. Honestly, out of the 2 mothers in this town, there's more than 2 mothers. The 2 decent mothers in this town, there's 3. There are 3 decent mothers in this town, aren't there? There are. Yeah, there are 3. There's Robin, Jody, and Caroline. They're the 3 decent mothers in this town. I give Jody a solid 7 out of 10. She's one of the lower ones, I think. She's a nice woman. She's nice to you. She invites you over to eat dinner if you catch her a fish. I like catching fish. I'll do it. Welcome back, Sebastian. Jody's a pretty... Oh. 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 Okay. We're good. Something happened. I had to go check that out. Sorry. Thank you. Jody's a really good mom. She's a pretty good wife. I respect her. She's nice to you. I respect that. And she has her really intense lore, actually, as you see from this picture, where she's basically kind of a single mom while her husband's away at war. Yeah, it's a whole rodeo with that. Really? One dude you never date? I mean, that's kind of valid. I mean, I think she's the one I usually go for. I like Leah. I think she's like a cottagecore wife for real. But that's valid. That's valid. I respect that. Cons. Jody's unemployed. Okay, she lives, I think, on her husband's military money. She's a military wife. There's nothing wrong with being a military wife. However, when you complain about being a military wife every single day, it becomes a con because I don't want to hear it. You chose to marry your military husband. You don't get to complain to me about how much you regret it. Also, she complains about having kids in front of her kid. Like, she's sitting in the kitchen doing the dishes. Vincent's right behind her. Playing with whatever the hell he's playing with, probably a stick. And she looks at me and she's like, I wish I never rushed into having kids so early in my life. And I'm just like, ma'am, that child is right behind you, probably hearing him and going, oh, mommy didn't want me. Like, how am I supposed to deal with that? What the hell? No! Con! Also, she's so passive. She lets her military husband bully her. And I feel like that's just bleh. Bleh. Kent gets a 4 out of 10. I don't like Kent. I'm being dead honest. I do not like, nor do I appreciate Kent as a person. I don't like him. His only pro is Jody's not alone anymore. Now she doesn't have to basically parent relatively by herself. I wish she would have been born type shit. That's exactly what it is, Smash. That's exactly what it is. And she's talking, and her son's just there, and it's like, okay, calm down. Also, he's a new guy with new lore. We get to learn more about the war. We get to learn more about the outside world beyond the valley that we're kind of trapped in right now. We get to learn more about Kent. Yay. His cons, he's very distant. He's not a very friendly guy. He just kind of chills. He has some lines that I appreciate that I'm like, aw, okay. But he's just kind of there, and he even admits to being kind of distant with his own family at times. That's probably because he's traumatized. That cutscene is he's sitting, and Jody's like, I'm gonna pop popcorn for my husband because I love him so much, and he loves popcorn, and I want to make him feel better. Like the sweet, sweet woman she is. And he rushes out and starts screaming at her, saying about, you should have known better! And I'm just like, Kent, she's stuck in a time loop valley. No, she doesn't know better. Like, what are you on about? That cutscene is just there to remind me of what that cutscene is, because I know what that cutscene is, and I can talk about that cutscene, because every time I watch that cutscene, I start liking Kent, then I watch that one cutscene, and I'm just like, he's traumatized. Being traumatized is not a good thing. It's a con, because his PTSD is basically his entire character is, I went to war, I have PTSD. I'm trying to get better. That's his entire... But he never does get better. He never does. It probably because in a time loop, but he never does really get better. Which isn't like, he never makes any actual effort to get better. that cutscene. Yeah, that cutscene. Also, it's giving absent father. It's not his fault. Okay, it kind of is his fault. He got drafted, he went to war. Okay. He left Sam when Sam was a teenager. Vincent was probably a very young child, maybe 4. He left, and then he comes back and he complains that he doesn't know his kids. And I'm like, yeah, you're not gonna know your kids. You were away at war. Trauma is a bad thing. I paused and I worded that in my brain before I did anything I was gonna regret saying. I paused it. I reworded it. Here are some Kent being traumatized stuff. The popcorn trigger, that was a whole mess. Vincent will talk to you, like you'll just be walking through town after Kent comes back in summer of, well, year 2. In year 2. When Kent comes back in year 2, he will come and Vincent will be like, Dad's back, but Dad's different. And I'm like, oh damn. Oh damn. Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. He confesses his trauma to you about how I remember the war. He discusses how it's hard to schedule shift. He confesses that he was barely there for Sam, and like he says things like, "You're friends with Sam, right? You probably know him better than I do." And it's like, but he makes no effort to get to know Sam any better. You live in the same house as Sam. You could make an effort to get to know your son more. Like he makes an obvious effort with Vincent. Like he goes outside and he kind of watches Vincent play outside, but he never actually like makes an effort for Sam visibly that we can see. And it's like, okay, 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 Kent, okay. And he has the whole thing with the flower dance where he's like, we're in a big field. I'm getting nervous. And it's like, oh, okay, I see. It's wild. Sam! Okay. I know people don't like Sam. I do. I give Sam a 9 out of 10. Okay? I genuinely sat down thinking about Sam. Yeah, the popcorn thing would be an obvious trigger, but Jodie's kind of a sheltered little mom who doesn't know much about the outside life, who is unemployed and didn't go to college, just kind of went straight out of high school getting married. I wouldn't expect her to know anything about trauma and triggers. I think she was just trying to make her husband feel better by making him his favorite snack from before he left. And he didn't have to yell at her about it. He could have calmly sat her down and talked to her, or had like a conversation when he got back about things to maybe avoid doing, which Kent obviously didn't do. So Stardew Valley is a time loop. They're like stuck kind of in their time loop. I would not expect Jodie to know anything about the outside world. They're in their little village without a bus. So, Sam, 9 out of 10. I sat down and I thought to myself, what should I give Sam? Let me think about Sam's character. And then I actually sat down and thought about Sam's character, and I'm like, oh my god. It's like Shrek. He's an onion. He has layers. That's valid. Not liking Sam because he's like that kind of thing is really nice. I feel as a character, he's a solid good guy. He's really easy to befriend. He likes things like Joja Cola at pizza. You can buy Joja Cola for like $75 at Gus's, the saloon, or you can just fish it up out of the ocean and just hand it to him. He loves it. Like I don't mind. His schedule's pretty the same, so that's really nice for me. Hi, Cauldron of Stardust. I love him, Cauldron of Stardust. He deserves the world from me. He likes music. That's a bonus for me. I like that he likes music. Okay. He comes off as a man-child. I get that. He plays video games. He plays guitar. He lives at home. Sam is so responsible. When you really sit down and think about his character, his father left when he was a teenager, leaving Sam the man of the house at a decently young age. He became the man of the house. He became the man. He stayed at home. Despite having a job and probably being able to survive by himself, he stayed with his mom to help take care of his little brother and help support his mother financially. He went and he got a job at the Joja Mart to financially support his family at, like, say, a teenage, and he's like in early 20s right now. And he still maintains the job. He's employed while having his ambitions of being a musician and working on his ambitions as a musician. Yeah, the cousin with the egg is a little wild. I understand that. And he does have that Goku hair. But I don't care. I love him. If this was about looks, these ratings would be a whole lot different. But it's not about looks. It's about character. His rating would be so low if it was about looks. I know it would be. Also, Sam is one of the only characters that after you marry him, or after you destroy his Joja, he maintains employed. Like, after you destroy Joja, Sam and Shane are basically unemployed. Shane goes and works at Marnie's, which he's just where he was on, so he's not actually having a job. He just works at the ranch now. Sam goes and almost immediately gets employed at the library. So he consistently stays employed while working on his passion. And I respect that he is like that. He's an incredibly good big brother. He stayed at home to help take care of his little brother. He takes Vincent to the beach on his days off. There's a whole cutscene with him saying, Vincent asking when Dad's gonna come home, and Sam confesses that he doesn't know if his dad's gonna come home, and he doesn't know how to protect Vincent from the truth of their dad not coming home. Sam really took on he's kind of the father figure while the dad's away. And I actually feel like that's not appreciated enough. Good. Everyone should respect that. He's actually loreful. He has all of these layers, all of this lore that I feel personally never gets talked about with Sam. Sam is so much deeper than just the man-child who plays the guitar. He actually has, so much deepness, and that deepness doesn't make up his entire character. His entire character isn't centered around, my dad left to war, I take care of my family. He has, interests individually to these things. He has, video games and friends and connections, and, it's insane. However, he is kind of like a man-child. He does have, those cutscenes where the clouds look like ice cream. I'm getting hungry. Hi, Chewie! Hi! Welcome. I love questions. Ask me anything. I will be there to answer any of your questions. I love questions. He likes Joja Cola. If I fished out a Joja Cola in front of this man, turned around, and handed it to him, he would guzzle it down and thank you. Which is, yay, he's respectful. I appreciate that. Ew. But, okay. And he worked for Joja, which I conned Shane for working for Joja, so I have to con Sam for working for Joja too, despite it not necessarily being his actual choice. Pierre doesn't look like he hires employees. There's a Pierre hate slide. In a couple seconds, there is a Pierre I hate you slide. There are three Pierre I hate you slides. Just to be prepared for that. Vincent. Okay. I gave Vincent an 8 out of 10. Vincent, look at those eyes. This little boy deserves the world. He's not as high as Jas's, though. Actually, I think I gave Jas the same score as I gave Vincent. I don't remember if I gave Jas a 9 or 8 out of 10. I think they're at the same level. He is the lore child. Other than Leo, Vincent has, Leo has all the lore. Vincent has some decent lore. Jas has none. Well, Jas has the lore, but it's never explained. Vincent has this whole thing with his dad being absent. His kind of relying on his big brother. His dad coming back and not being the same, and him having to deal with the fact that understanding his father's trauma at the age of 8. It's okay. Exactly. You prefer Vincent over Jas. My dad said the same thing. He prefers Vincent over Jas too. Again, Vincent gives the dynamic of I am child in village, but he's more than just I am a child in a village. he's also like, he adds the dynamic to Jody and Ken's relationship of a father leaving to go to war at a young age. He is the embodiment of a military child, just without all the moving around, because they're kind of stuck in the valley. They don't have a bus. I did rate Jas the same. Good. Okay. I like Jas. I feel like I need to rate Jas the same. I agree that he is a little goofball. Good. I think I like them both. He's a nice kid. Personally, if I'm walking through town my first week and a kid comes up to me complaining about his mother making lentil soup, I wouldn't know how to respond. But he seems very social, very nice. He is not very smart. Again, he doesn't understand stranger danger like Jas does. Jas will come up and say, "You're a stranger. I don't know you. I don't want to talk to you." Like, stranger danger. Vincent will just run right up to you and start talking to you like, "Oh my god, I found worms. My mom doesn't like me when I find worms." And it's just like, whoa, little boy, calm down. And I love that for him. I really do. I really do love him for that. The Vincent over Jas is insane. I understand. I respect all your guys' opinions, but that's just actually insane. Actually insane. He's a little silly. He is a little silly. He's a little silly guy. That's not necessarily a con, but I didn't know enough to put for a con, so I just put he's a little silly. He's not. You can also, again, if you look at a report card, you see it on the counter, and you just glance over and start reading this kid's report card. He's practically failing all his classes except for PE. He's like the opposite of Jas, and I kind of appreciate that. At the same time, I don't appreciate that. I love him. This next slide. I know the hounds will come for me. I'm aware the hounds will come for me. Please don't come for me until you hear me out. Haley's a 5 out of 10. I know that there's a current flux of "I love Haley" going on. I don't. I don't like Haley. I never have liked Haley. I am not a Haley lover. 0 out of 10. It's 5. I give her 5. 5 out of 10. No, Alex. Alex. No, Alex. 5 out of 10. She is a lesbian icon. I can appreciate that the lesbians love her. She is a queen. She knows what she is. She knows what she wants. She's very pretty. I appreciate her appearance. I've chosen Abigail over her too. Zero. She has dreams and ambitions. I appreciate that she has photography dreams and she works towards her photography dreams. And she does have character development. She starts off as a bitch to you, and then she slowly becomes not a bitch to you. And I appreciate that very much with her character. I do. She slowly learns to embrace getting dirty and the dirtier things in life, and I can appreciate that about her. That is why she's rated so high. Is she has stuff with her. I appreciate that. 2 out of 10. I'm sorry. Her cons. She's mean to you. She is so mean to you. She is such a bitch. She's actually awful to you. She makes fun of your appearance. She makes fun of your job. She just walks around and just says, "Oh yeah, that up down look," and then just walks off. That's her, and I feel so judged. You like it. I was gonna mention that later, but yeah, some people like it when she's mean to you. Some people are into that. I'm not. I'm not. I don't appreciate people being mean to me. She has no actual job. I will say this. I will put it down. Haley doesn't have an actual approved job. It's implied that she takes pictures and she posts pictures to blogs and stuff, building up a portfolio to get a job, etc. And that kind of she might have a photography related job that we just don't know about necessarily. That's why there's a question mark at the end, is I don't really know. It's never explicitly stated about her having a direct, obvious money-getting job. And that's like the question mark comes in. And she's mean to Emily. Her character development includes her getting nicer to you. She is still actively awful to Emily. I don't care. She is still not a good sister to Emily. She's kind of lazy. She has like a bunch of cutscenes where she's just kind of lazy. She doesn't want to do her chores. Emily's like has an actual job that she stays at like all night. She is still queen. I accept. That's why she's like not lower than a 5. She's not the lowest bachelorette. Abigail is the lowest bachelorette. I think Alex or Elliot. Alex or Elliot are the lowest bachelors. I'm fairly certain it's either Alex or Elliot who are the lowest bachelors. Haley's the second lowest bachelorette. Abigail is lower than Haley. And I know it is. A max 8 out of 10? I agree with that. I can stand by a max 8 out of 10. If you're into her kind of flirting, I can understand the 8 out of 10. Personally, I've never dated Haley. I never will date Haley. Not my kind of cup of tea. Nope. And that's okay. Emily's an 8 out of 10, though. Emily, I will date. Emily, I have dated. Emily, I have married. Emily was the first female bachelorette that I ever dated and married on this game. I love Emily. Emily, look at her little happy face. Emily's the best. I think Emily might be the highest bachelorette. No, she's not. Emily is the second highest bachelorette. I think Maru is the highest bachelorette I have rated. Emily is so nice to you. Emily's genuinely a nice person. She's even nice to Shane when Shane's an absolute asshole to her. Emily has her cutscene where she like has like this fashion intervention for everyone so people can feel more confident in themselves. And I actually love it. Only for her crystal 5 out of 10. She creeps me out. That's valid. I can understand that she creeps you out. I can understand that. That's valid. I love her though. She's employed. She, beyond her dreams of being like fashion and into that thing, she's also actively employed at the saloon as a waitress. And I respect that. I respect that she's employed. I feel like the employed is always going to be a pro for me. Because they're adults, they should be employed. Personally. And she has her dreams, which I find admirable. And Emily gives you the sewing machine. The sewing machine allows you to make your own outfits and clothing. And I feel... Oh no! Call him to the Stardust! No! Part of the reason she's rated so high is because of the sewing machine, actually. I like being able to go and give her things. The 6 out of 10 is insane. I understand that, though. I guess that's valid. I like being able... And also, when you become friends with Emily, Emily gives you cloth in the mail. And I also adore getting cloth in the mail. Like, me personally, I will take the cloth. However, she's weird. She is very weird. I've accepted that she is very weird. She's kind of psychic. She has the whole cutscene where she's like, has a dream about you, and like, I feel good things are gonna come from you. Also, the whole buy me crystals. She's very into that kind of thing. That's valid. I like the sewing machine so I can make fancy things. Also, you need the sewing machine to make the gold trimmed Mayor Lewis short pants so you can wear them around town and embarrass the living hell out of Lewis. So, I mean, I like embarrassing Lewis. I'm not a Lewis lover, so personally, I like it. Now, for an Emily dancing montage. Look at her! Look at her dance! Look at her dance! Look at her go! I love Emily so much. Nothing can make me hate Emily. Also, an injured parrot hit her window and she took it in and nursed it back to health and keeps it as a pet. Nothing can make me not like Emily. I swear to God. Lewis actually is lower than a 0 out of 10 for me. I rated Lewis, I think, a -1 out of 10. I gave him a -1. I feel bad for giving a -1, but like I feel like Lewis deserves nothing, and I hate him. So Oh well. Harvey, come for me. I don't care. I know the whole, again, along with the Haley, the whole Harvey, take my whiskey knee Tozier thing going on with Harvey. I understand that people love Harvey. I know they do. I know they think he's this hot masculine doctor boy. He's not. He's really not. He's cute. I wouldn't say hot, but he's cute. He's my type. If I were to date a male, Harvey would be my type of guy. He's a nerd. He's a nice guy. He's my type of man. I respect him. I like him. He's employed. He's a doctor. He also has books on how to be a doctor in his office, which doesn't give me a lot of faith in his doctoring abilities, but he's still a doctor, which is good enough for me. And he's sweet. He's a sweet guy. He's nice to you. I think he kind of helps Vincent out. Vincent doesn't have a dad, so Harvey kind of chills and makes sure he's okay and not getting injured while Vincent plays outside, which I can respect. I agree. I personally go for Sebastian when I date guys. I like Harvey though. He's a nice guy. He's not necessarily hard. He likes coffee. Also the whole I like bitter coffee. I'm a buff boy doctor man thing that's going around on TikTok with Harvey being super attractive. He is the most awkward guy ever. He comes up to you sweating nervous about asking to join the girls' workout group. What are you guys on when it comes to Harvey? Let's be real. Valid. Also, that mustache. Look at his handlebar mustache. I can't. I can't with the mustache. I don't like the mustache. If he looked like how his sprite looked compared to the mustache you see when you see his picture, I can't. Also, the airplane obsession. Again, I'm a hot man who drinks bitter coffee. You're too sweet for me. Blah, blah, blah. Harvey can back off. He is a little awkward nerd who has plastic airplanes hanging from his ceiling who likes pickles and coffee. I like pickles and coffee. There's nothing wrong with liking pickles and coffee. I don't know where the smexy doctor prototype for him came from. Look at him. I don't understand. I like Harvey. Also, he's a Maru simp. He never stops being a Maru simp until you get with him. Like, you can be like, on the verge of marrying him, and he'll come up to you and say, I wonder if Maru needs help applying sunscreen. And it's like, what the fuck do you mean? I'm your girlfriend. What are you talking about? It's like, what's going on? Also, you don't get a discount with him ever. Say you're married to him, you just like died in the Skull Caverns, and you wake up and he's like writing your billing form to how much you owe him for saving your life when he's your husband and he should be doing it anyway because he's your husband. I feel like you need to have like a lover's family discount. It is like Clint with Emily. Clint is the creepiest little creepy boy ever. He's like on the way to becoming the creepiest man on this. Ah! Hi, Kobe. Hello, my kitty. Hello, my baby. It's my cat. So that's my opinion on Harvey. I think my Harvey and my Haley are the two most controversial things I have on here. I think that is what it is. I think those are my two most controversial because those are the two that are really igniting the Stardew Valley fandom right now. And I'm just like, I don't see the appeal in either of them. But you know what? More power to you. I mean, I see the appeal with Harvey, just not your guys' particular appeal in Harvey. Cat jump scare. Do you not like my kitty? It's my Kopi. Do you not like my Kopi? Kopi means, oh my god, hi. Oh my god, you're shedding so badly. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Kopi means coffee in, Malay. The language spoken in Malaysia, they say Kopi instead of coffee. And I named my cat Coffee pretty much. Translated back to English, it means coffee. And my other cat, Susu, translates to milk. So I named my cats Coffee and Milk, basically. They're siblings from the same litter, so they're like twins. So they look so similar. and I kind of love it. I was gonna name them like coffee and tea, but tea in the language is te, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna name my kid te, so I named them coffee and milk, which so that this made it a coffee bean. It's a coffee bean. She's a little baby. I love her. Anyway, enough about my cat. Caroline gets a solid 7 out of 10 from me. So I did rank Jody and Caroline the same. I gave them both 7 out of 10s. I think her cheating on Pierre is a pro. Technically, I think Caroline never cheated on Pierre. 6 out of 10 personally. I agree with that. I agree. 7 out of 10. Oh my god. 7 out of 10 for me. I know, Kopi, I heard it too. She cheated on Pierre. She never actually cheated on him, though. It was more like they were broken up. She went to the wizard, and then they got back together after she got pregnant, and she told him Pierre it was his kid. Not my business. She's a good person. She is. She's like a sweet little, I have a vegetable garden and a tea room kind of person. She gives you the tea. She has the tea room, which gives you tea saplings, which gives you green tea. And if you don't know anything about this game, here's something you need to know right now. Tea saplings are so good for money. You get tea saplings and you just bake them and sell them. You get so much bank. It's insane how much money you can get from tea saplings. So she gives you the money. Also, arguably, she has the best hair out of all the mothers. She has the best hair. Look at that. Look at that. I love her. She's Pierre fighter number 2. I appreciate that from her. She looks at him and she says, honey, stop working so much. She fights him. I love that she fights him. I don't like Pierre. Win Caroline. Cheating. Very pro. Yes. I think her breaking up with Pierre, dating the recluse, then coming back, getting knocked up, and getting back with Pierre, then lying to his face about the kid. I think this is a pro. As someone who doesn't like Pierre, Caroline is a win for me. That's what is the drama. The tea. Literally, the tea. She is like the whole thing with Abigail and the wizard and Pierre. That's her. She's like the catalyst. She's like the cause. And I actually love her for that. Also, poor wizard. That's the con. Poor wizard. She never told the wizard that the baby's the wizard because she told Pierre that the baby's Pierre's. Abigail is definitely the wizard's kid, though. So, poor wizard. She's not the best mom. Okay. Caroline is a good mom. She is a good mom. However, Abigail's not the easiest to connect to for Caroline. Caroline's I'm a happy little hippie. I have a tea room. And Abigail's like, I want to go fight monsters in the caves. They kind of clash personality-wise. Caroline's made efforts to reconnect with Abigail, obviously with the whole, I want to get a pumpkin because my kid loves it. But then there's the other aspect of Caroline makes Abigail participate in the flower dance when Abigail doesn't want to participate in the flower dance. And there's like the clashing there too with Caroline. So she's not the best mom. She's a good mom, but that's like the con of that is she's struggling to connect with her kid, which is nothing wrong with that necessarily, but like we need to see more effort. And she's kind of static. She is very static. She has the whole thing with the wizard, but that's never actually explored or delved into for her character. So there's really nothing that makes her super duper interesting in the game. Beyond after you get the tea room, there's really no point in continuing to talk to her. And that's just kind of what it is. Oh well. Abigail is my lowest rated bachelorette. 4 out of 10. I don't like Abigail. Abigail eats rocks. That's actually a con right here. Cons eats rocks. I gave her a 4 out of 10. And I feel like this is valid for me. However, if I were to date a girl that is not Leah, I would be dating Abigail. Abigail is Pierre hater number 1. She plays pranks on him. She actively talks about not liking him. I agree. I don't like him either. Let's hang out together and talk about how much we hate your dad. Easy. She's a gamer girl. She plays video games with you. I like games. Look at me making a PowerPoint about how much I like game characters. I like games. She has lore with the wizard. 9 out of 10 is crazy. I don't agree with a 9 out of 10 at all. The only character that has a 9 out of 10 bachelorette-wise is friggin' Mario. That's it. Even my go-to gets an 8. But you know what? I respect your love of Abigail. I respect the Abigail love. I can respect it. She has the whole lore with my dad's the wizard. I hang by the tower. I have purple hair. I respect that. That's nice. 7 out of 10. I can respect a 7 out of 10. I personally don't like Abigail. That's just me, though. Also, she plays the lyre, which I think is pretty cool. You have the whole cutscene where she's playing the lyre and you pull out your pan flute and you start jamming together in the rain. Like, I can respect that. I can respect that. Her cons is she doesn't give you anything. There's no necessary benefit to getting with her. She doesn't necessarily give you good gifts. She doesn't, like, her 14 heart doesn't give you anything. Like, she has a statue. That's it. Nothing. And it's not even a cute statue. It's just a statue. I don't like how she eats rocks either. Con, she eats rocks. That's weird as hell. No, not for Gwen. She's kind of rude. She is kind of rude to you. She's not the nicest to you when you're starting to get to know her. She gets nicer later, but she's never necessarily, like, nice to you. Her lore is never explored. It is implied, heavily implied, from everyone involved, that Abigail is the wizard's kid. Caroline mentions an affair. Pierre mentions an affair. He mentioned he doesn't know if Abigail's his. Abigail mentions a pull to magic. Abigail mentions a pull to the tower. The wizard mentions that he thinks he has a kid in the town. Abigail mentions her hair magically, like, stayed purple. Like, it's obvious Abigail's the wizard's kid. Nothing ever happens with it, though. It's explained, it's implied, it's there, and it's so frustrating that nothing happens. Like, we can never help the wizard reunite with his kid. We can never tell Abigail and Pierre that you're not the dad. It just stays a secret. It just kind of just there, and nothing comes of it. And that frustrates me a lot about this, is that it's like nothing happens. It's just there. Which is why it's a con. That's who tells it to Google. Google lies to you. Don't eat rocks a day. They're not good minerals. You will choke and you will die. Don't eat rocks. Don't eat rocks. No. Abigail's unemployed. Abigail is the only spouse that does not have a job or plans to get a job. Shane works at Joja, then he works at Marnie's. Sam works at Joja, then the library, while also having a music career. Haley has a photography career that she's at least working towards getting. Emily has a fashion career, plus she has her whole thing with the saloon. Harvey's a doctor. Maru works at the doctor's office while studying an inventor. Sebastian's a virtual designer kind of deal, freelance worker, that kind of thing. Alex has plans for his career in the future. He also has things to go back to school later on. And he also has the ice cream shop during the summer. Elliot's a poet. He's writing a book. That's a career. Leah's an artist. That's a career. Abigail has no career, nor does she have any plans to get a career. She just kind of leeches off of her father. Tis a gay icon. I play a lot of Stardew Valley on this channel. I play a lot of Roblox on this channel. I play a lot of random horror games on this channel. I play Cult of the Lamb on this channel. This is a big, cozy little adventure horror game channel. I also am looking to maybe try to do Minecraft videos. I do play Minecraft by myself a lot. I want to try to do, like, Minecraft Hypixel videos just for fun for me, because I play it a lot, so I may as well record me doing it as well. I don't care. But I'm still deciding on that. I'm looking into trying to find more fun horror games to start playing, because I really like that. Yeah, Fresher and Cult of the Lamb. Previously, I've played... Oh my god, I've played Minecraft previously on the channel. Like, if you scroll down to the deep, dark depths, you might find a Minecraft video. I don't know if I private. I think I had at least 2. One of them I don't think is private. The other is private. I'm pretty sure the other one is private. But one is not private. I think it's a Hypixel video. I don't know if it's private or not. Oh my god, I'm trying to think. Because a lot of my older videos I privated because I don't I get embarrassed by them because I get embarrassed by myself. Yeah, that's just me, guys. That's just me. But I am trying to find more horror games. I really want to try to find if I can get Indigo Park, which is a really cool horror game. The last I checked was free. I don't know if it costs money now, but I really want to play Indigo Park on this channel. Try to get the first chapter done before chapter 2 comes out. Then I can play chapter 2 when that comes out. That'll be really fun. Oh god. No! Don't look at the gotcha videos. Don't do it. I will cry. Okay, yeah. Ooh! Pumpkin Panic sounds fun. I've played random horror games on the channel a lot, like things like FNAF knockoffs. I've played, oh my god, I played a lot of Roblox horror games that were trending. I've played this one game that was like a horror game that I played. I think it's Anne. I think that's what it was called. It's like, thank you for not judging. I used to do gotcha things for this one fandom. I think my younger sibling Elle had control of the channel, and they did the gotcha videos to Adelaide Erased. God, I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about that. I don't. It was like it was this really weird fandom that my younger sibling was a part of that they made gotcha videos and posted on my channel for. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Okay. I made a gotcha series that I started it in episode 1 voice acted gotcha series, and that series is now becoming fully animated, not gotcha, fully animated. We're actually working on the animation for it right now. We have all the voice lines and the script and stuff done for the first episode, and we're working on animation for the first episode, and that should be out hopefully sometime this year. The pilot first episode will be out. So that's the main reason I think I'm really getting back into streaming is to try to keep something regular so that when the animated series comes out, it does better. Oh my god, the singing battles, I remember the singing battles. A lot of my music taste is dictated by the gotcha singing stuff. Oh god. Farming horror games when again it takes place during fall over all else. That's yeah. Yeah. I like horror games. I do. Okay. Are you ready for the Pierre hate session that's gonna last 20 minutes? A 20-minute long I hate Pierre hate session. I want to get into my Pierre hate session. I think we all need to get into my I hate Pierre. Pierre can burn in a ditch for all I care. Because I hate him, and I want to talk about how much I hate him. Thank you. Thank you. I needed that hype. Pierre gets a 0 out of 10. He's in the negatives. I hate him. He can die. I don't like Pierre. The only pro is he's a shop owner. That is it. That is the only pro is he owns the shop that gives you stuff. That's it. I hate him. He is sexist. He has mentioned, Abigail, what are you doing in a graveyard? This is no place for a lady. You can't fight. That's not good for a lady. Yep, that's a good job, Sebastian. You should go make food and by the time you make food and come back here and finish eating your food, I will still be hate yapping about Pierre. I don't care. Hate session. He's a bad husband. He looks at Caroline and he works all the freaking time. Caroline talks about how she hates it. They have a book in their room about rebuilding a marriage. I hate him. He's a workaholic. He works during the festivals, and Caroline said, I hate it when you work during the festivals. He says, I don't care, I'm making money. Hate him. He steals my credit. He steals my credit. My credit. Not his credit. My credit. He is a goblin. He's a bad father. He's a father? He is not even the dad. I don't like him. He's closed on Wednesdays. I understand that's not like an always thing, but at the beginning, he's closed on Wednesdays. I can't handle him being closed on Wednesdays. No, he's not even open long enough. He leaves behind his desk and starts doing freaking inventory. Like people actually come to his shop and buy stuff every day. I complain about how he works all the time, and then I look and says he doesn't work enough. Pierre, He sucks. Now I'm gonna get into my personal beef with this man. I feel like I need to get into my personal beef with him. My personal beef. He sold my purple star goat milk to Marnie. I sold a purple star goat milk to Marnie. I did it. I put my milk, I sold it, Pierre took it, and he sold it to Marnie. And then he goes around saying he got the milk himself while foraging in the mountains. I'm just chilling. And Marnie comes up to me and says, I bought this purple star goat milk from Pierre. He says he got it while he was in the mountains. That little weak store boy has never hiked a day in his life. He lives in his store, and he's leeching off of my success with his lies. He is a rat. I deserve the credit for the milk, not the goblin who can't keep his wife from cheating on him with the recluse who lives in the forest. Also, if there were purple star goat milks just lying around in the forest, I need to go up to the freaking mountains more often, because I would like some purple star goat milks that easily. That goblin, look at him. He hasn't touched a goat in his life. Stupid Pierre. Stupid Pierre. Stupid Marnie. You have never... I'm the only person that has bought a goat from you ever. And you're going to go to Pierre and say, Pierre, I found this in the mountains. That boy would look at a goat, say ew, and walk away. If you're gonna lie, be realistic. I cannot handle this man. He is actual trash. Oh my god. He sucks. Marty, if you are the animal expert and you're going up and saying, oh, Pierre milked a goat. Pierre couldn't milk a goat if he tried. He wouldn't even get close. Ah! I'm sorry. I have personal beef with Pierre. I will hate him. He can burn. I don't like him. Let's appreciate the Pierre burning slide. That little smirk, I hate him. Sorry. America. I hate Pierre so much. It's enough to drive me to the brink of insanity how much I hate this man. No. Well, I think I'm done with my Pierre hate session. You're welcome. That was, I think, maybe 5 minutes. Yeah, guys, don't get on my bad side. You can get on my bad side. I really don't care. I really don't care. I care about him. He sucks. That's insane. That is insane. Okay, I'm getting off of my Pierre rant session. I'm gonna go to George. I think everything from now on, it gets a lot lighter. I feel like after Pierre, everything gets a lot nicer. George is a 7 out of 10. I like George. Look at him. He's a little old grump. His pros are quite literally, he gets better. He gets better. He starts off as an absolute jerk to you. You become friends with him. He becomes nice to you. I appreciate that he becomes nice to you. And he has a whole thing where he's a homophobic guy, and then he gets better and stops being homophobic. He learns, and I appreciate that. I accept a 5 out of 10. Lots of 5 out of 10s. I appreciate your 5 out of 10s. I like the sweet old man in a wheelchair, and mainly because I can understand where he comes from in the aspect of he's a poor old man stuck in a wheelchair. His pride is in shambles. I can understand the pride in shambles bit, honestly. He improves. He's one of the only characters that actually genuinely improves. And I appreciate that about him. And he's really sweet once you're friends with him. He'll pause the TV, or he'll talk to you about wearing a sweater in the cold. Like a little old man. And I appreciate that. I appreciate him. His cons is he's a grump. He is a grump. He's just kind of grumpy. And he's not the nicest to his wife, Evelyn. He's not the nicest. But I mean, anyone would be a grump if they got trapped in a wheelchair against their will. I mean, he's TV obsessed. Evelyn does deserve better. I think Evelyn deserves the best, honestly. And honestly, George isn't necessarily TV obsessed. He watches TV to forget about his life. I do that too. And he's kind of just kind of parked there. He can't exactly move away. He's just kind of sits there. He doesn't have much to do elsewise. He just kind of just sits. He's a poor old man. Poor George. Evelyn is a 9 out of 10. Look at that sweet old lady. Look at her go. She's just a little lady. I give her a solid 9 out of 10. I love her. She's a whole, hello dearie, you can call me Granny. I love her. She is so precious. She's a sweet old lady who tends to the gardens and bakes us cookies. I love her. 10 out of 10, I agree. The only reason she doesn't have a 10 out of 10 is because she doesn't have any obvious lore connected to her. She just kind of chills. And if there is lore, it's just not really talked about. She has the obvious lore because she's connected to Alex, but beyond that, she's just the nice old lady who bakes us cookies and is so nice to us and gives us the cookie recipe. She also gives you the flower pot, which isn't the best, but when you're like doing tea saplings, the flower pots are great. So honestly, 9 out of 10. I feel like the 9 out of 10 is valid. I can understand people who give her a 10 out of 10. I don't understand people who give her lower than a 9. Like, that's kind of where I'm at with her. Okay. Alex is also a 5 out of 10, similar to Haley. I'm sorry. I know everyone loves Alex. I know he's, oh, I love Alex. I don't like him. He gives Haley vibes. He is the lore, though. Lore central with his dad and he has this whole issue with his dad and his mom and he lives with his grandparents. I understand that. 4 out of 10. I can stand by that. I can stand by a 4 out of 10. I can understand a 4 out of 10. That's valid. He does have development. He has a lot of character depth. He's like an onion. He has the layers. And he does have good development, where he gets better. He goes from being sport obsessed to wanting to go in continuous education, which I find is valid. It's just getting lower. Oh my god, I went from 410 to 310. It's just going down. Okay. Well, I rated him higher than all of you have, so I'm going to take it, and I'm going to say, well, I guess I'm not going to get hate crimes today. He's athletic, but he's not necessarily, it's just going down. Oh my god, was this going to go down to 0? What's happening? Oh my gosh. The Alex hate, I don't think it's a 2 out of 10. Maybe not that low. I mean, I don't necessarily like him, but he's not awful. He's not a jerk. He's not necessarily a jerk. And he does have that little ice cream stand over summer, which I find so useful. When it's like Demetrius' birthday and I don't have a kitchen and I don't have beans and I need to get him a gift and the ice cream shop is just there and I can buy an ice cream to give to Demetrius for his birthday, I like that. So I think, oh my god, it's going lower. Oh my god, it's like, it's worse than Pierre at this point. It's just getting worse than Pierre. He's not worse than Pierre, or Louis, for that matter. Oh my god. Oh, he has a dog, guys. Guys, he has a puppy dog. He can't be that low. He can't be that low. He has a puppy. He has a dog named Dusty, who's actually the sweetest little sweetie ever. The -4. -5? Sebastian, you like dogs. Oh my god. Laura's gonna go down. You know what? Fine. Alex sucks ass. He is sport obsessed. He's a womanizer. Womanizer. He's a womanizer. He looks at you, he's like, you look good in a bikini. You've got a nice tan going. Girl, back up. Oh my god. How low is this gonna end up going? -10 out of 10. Wow, completely in the negatives. There is no winning for him. Damn! No winning for Alex. Wow. Alex gives peaked in high school, and he quite literally doesn't really give you anything of value. He gives you breakfast in the morning when you marry him, but beyond the breakfast in the morning, he doesn't give you anything. His like gift is like a man cave in the saloon. Eye roll. Like he's a gay icon. He's the guy for everyone. Just watching the numbers decrease. It's just like, oh God. I'm the founder of the Alex Hate Club. And I don't even hate him the most. Oh my God. It's insane. Well, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move on to Gus. Gus is actually a sweetie patootie. He is so nice to you. You're just gonna go down forever on Alex. Poor Alex. Poor Alex. I was just imagining Alex with tears streaming down his face. His family couldn't love him. Now this. Gus is the sweetest little sweetie patootie to ever sweetie petite. He is so nice. I love him. He's like that nice little bartender. And he has that whole Linus cutscene. An 8 out of 10! Giving Alex too much credit. Gus is the nicest guy ever. He has that thing with Linus where he goes up to Linus and he like hugs Linus and he's like, Linus, if you're ever hungry, take my food. Take some marinara sauce. Take some bread. I love Gus so much. He like doesn't charge Pam for her alcohol addiction. He should probably start charging her for her alcohol addiction. He's a good man. He gives us food. He is the main source of all of our recipes that we need for game completion. They come from Gus. Gus is the man. The 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. I think he's a 9. He gives me the mini jukebox, okay? Gus gives me the mini jukebox so I can listen to the pickle rag on my farm. He is very cutesy. That is very cutesy.
Oh wait, no. The things you see, you can take the jacket on or off.
That's very cute.
Yeah.
Elle, if we add him to the series,
He's not going to be added to the series. He's too nude. We get canceled for having a shirtless guy on our series. I don't want him in the series anyways. I love him too much.
Ah! Okay. Valid. Okay. Wow.
He's my baby.
Okay. Anyway. Pickle jar rag on my farm. I love it. I have the pickle jar rag on my playlist. I just like jamming out to it. And he's the reason I can do that with my little mini jukebox. He's also the like main guy who gives us food to become friends with everyone. So I appreciate that. I like friends. His only cons are he has no lore. He actually has 0 lore attached to him. Like 0. He has none. He is the none lore. He is so static. He never changes. He exists to be the food guy. But I love food. So I can't say anything against Gus. Also, he's so overpriced. He is the 600 for a pizza is insane. 400 for a beer, like I can't handle that. That's a little my wallet at the game can't handle that. But you know what? I love him. I can't say anything bad about him. Also, he looks like Mario. Overpriced. Yeah, overpriced. I spelled overpriced wrong. No, I didn't. He is overpriced. I think he looks like Mario. Look at the mustache. They're Italian. They talk about marinara sauce. They have mustaches. They have big noses. I think they look like the same. Who's Luigi? It's Gus. Gus is the secret like triplet. When I think of Gus, I think of Mario. I can't help myself. He's throwing his pot of whatever the hell he's stirring, and I can't stop myself. I can just imagine Gus in a go-kart going down the road. I would eat it up. Pam gets a 1 out of 10. I don't like Pam. I'm gonna jump from the Mario talk to talk shit about Pam. Look at her! That's actually, I think it's a mod of her. This is what she actually looks like. That I'm fairly certain is a mod. That made her, like, weird looking. This is real Pam. Pam is hilarious. Girl, Pam, like, I can imagine getting drunk in the saloon and her talking absolute shit about everybody in town. And I live for it, because guess what I'm doing right now? Talking shit about everybody in this game. Except for the ones I like. She's really easy to be friends with. Honestly, you don't even have to feed into her addiction and give her beer. You can just give her parsnips and she loves you forever. Oh. Mario is a war criminal of the Mushroom Kingdom. Shoot on sight. Damn! Not Mario! I mean, personally, I like Luigi, but damn. The shoot on sight for Mario is insane. Poor Mario. Poor Mario. 0 out of 10, that's valid. I can honestly, the only reason Pam gets a 1 is Pam's the bus driver, meaning she takes me to the desert, and she gives you battery packs sometimes in the mail. And I always struggle to get battery packs in the game, so I appreciate whenever she gives me battery packs. And that is it. Those are the only 2 reasons I actually like Pam at all, is that she does these things for me. She's useful for me. She's useful to me, therefore I like her. However, she's an alcoholic. She never gets better. She's an alcoholic with no improvement. She never stops being an alcoholic. She gets her job back, and she stays an alcoholic. She's an awful mother to Penny. Like, a genuine, terrible mother to Penny. Like, every time I have a cutscene with Penny and Pam, I just want to shoot Pam in the head. I hate Pam. Pam is rude as hell. She is so mean. Like, you've met her for less than a week, and she's yelling at you to stay out of her house. It's just like, whoa. Wario is better. I agree. I like Wario. I like Waluigi. Whenever I play Mario Kart on my Wii, I play Waluigi. I like Waluigi. Pam drives the bus while drunk. Pam will be drinking, hungover, drinking a beer on her way, gets down and gets ready to drive. I'm just like, oh my god, drunk driving is bad. Do not drunk drive. No. Don't do it. It results in bad things happening to you. And she's a bad friend. She, like, leeches off of Gus for alcohol to feed her addiction and then doesn't pay him. She's not a good friend. She's not a good person. She's not good anything. Honestly, the thing you did with Alex, with the dropping him down, Pam deserves that more than Alex does. Honestly. I feel Pam deserves nothing. Now, no one's gonna like this. I forgot about this. Pam is the trash raccoon. Trash panda for real. Look at them. There's no difference between this face and that face. That's the face I make when Pam comes near me. This face right here. I don't like her. No, Sebastian. Don't drink and drive. It's bad for your soul. Penny gets an 8 out of 10. I like Penny. Don't drink and drive. It's bad for you. But Penny's not. Penny's an 8 out of 10. I like Penny. Penny's like the girl next door, I live in a trailer type. Cutie patootie. No lie. She's a genuinely good person. Like, she's nice too. She's really shy, but she's really nice. She takes it upon herself to educate the kids in the town for free. So, she's kind of employed. She technically has a job. She doesn't get paid for her job. But, I mean, what teacher gets validly paid for doing their job? None. Penny's good enough. Penny is good enough. She is good enough. She's a smart little book nerd. Teaches the children. I appreciate her. She has the best spouse gift. Part of the reason she's rated so high is she has the best spouse gift. When you marry Penny, you get decoration items you can only get if you marry and get to 14 Hearts with Penny. And the items are so cute. Compared to Leah, who gives you that ugly painting, Penny's decorations are like top tier. You can only get them when you're married to her and have reached max with her. She's great. Best spouse gift ever. Her cons are her lore is incredibly underexplained, because she does have it. She lives with her drunk mother in a trailer, and she mentions her father, like, once. And her father is never mentioned ever again. It gives Cinderella vibes. I just thought about that. She cleans and she cooks for her awful mother. And it's like, I don't know. It's like a mix between Rapunzel and Cinderella, and I'm just like stuck with it in my brain now. That lore with her dad is never explained enough for me, and it just makes me mad. She trauma dumps too a little too much. She'll just be talking, just have met her, and she's just like spouting off whatever the hell she's spouting off about her mother. I'm like, oh, okay. She brings up the question of, does she actually want to marry us because she loves us? Or does she want to marry us because she wants to get out of her bad situation? It's that major question there that comes up. Do you want us, or do you want an escape from your life? Which you talk about all the time. I read to get away from my life. It's easy to get lost in a book, to forget about reality, which is a little too relatable for me. I get scared. Whenever she says that, I'm like, oh my god, it's like she's looking into my soul. Ugh. So I always find her a little too relatable for me. And she's also super timid. She just kind of lets her mother attack her. And it's just like, goddamn. Whoa, calm down. You gotta stand up for yourself. You're an adult. Stand up for yourself to your mother. I feel like if Penny stood up to her mother, she'd get bashed in the head with a beer bottle. I'm being dead honest. It's the sad reality of that situation that Penny's in. But it's like, you gotta try to stand up to your mom. I know you love her, but she clearly doesn't love you as much as you think she does. Penny's just that sad little pity character that I always feel bad for, but I never actually do anything with. Poor Penny. Look at her. She's just a sweet little school teacher. Oh, okay. Here's her decor. This decor is like the moon decor, the pirate decor, and the strawberry decor. See, the strawberry decor and the beds are the only decor, like the moons and the stars and the bed and stuff and all the pirate stuff. This stuff, mainly the bed, is stuff you can only get in the game if you pick that specific selection. This is why Penny is the top tier, is this decoration stuff. I personally go for the moon and stars, because I love the moon and stars. I am the most biased towards the moon and the stars. I will forever love the moon and the stars. It's me. I love it. The strawberry is a close second. I don't like the pirate. Don't like it. Oh shit, wait, I got school turn tomorrow. Oh no! I'm sorry, Sebastian. My school doesn't start till the 15th. So I'm going to be doing this kind of stuff daily until like freaking school starts for me. Then when school starts, I'm going to start doing nightly streams. My streams are going to turn nightly for school. And they're not even nearly going to be turned nightly. They're going to be like mid-afternoon till I have work. Or if my homework gets in the way, I might take major breaks from streaming because I need to get my homework done. School comes before this, always. So if I have to go to school, that'll come first. Homework is gonna come first. Yeah, I'm American. Hi, I'm Gwen. I live in America. Yeah, my school year starts the 15th. My school semester starts the 15th and ends December 18th for college. My first college semester, I'm a little freshman. You're British. Hello. Hello, child who is British. I appreciate your Britishness. Sorry, I don't know how to respond to that. Yeah, we're American. Cajun by heart, child. I don't know how old you are. I'm not gonna go out and say, guys, how old are you? That's so creepy. I don't do that. No. I don't. Teenager? My intended demographic is like teenager, young adult. So I don't know how old. I've had children on my streams before. I literally click not for children. So like I don't pop up on like YouTube Kids because I cuss in my streams and I sometimes make like sexual inclined jokes. Not really. I don't usually do. Like I don't try to, but sometimes the content just pops up and I'm like, "Oh, this is a great opportunity." And it's just there. Louisiana occasion. Oh, that's great. I love that. I love the Louisiana occasion. You're South then. I'm also South. I'm like East Coast. Example A, it's pouring rain tornado warning right now. Sebastian, I don't know what Sebastian's in. I don't know if Sebastian's high school or college. I'm in college. I'm a freshman in college right now. My semester starts to get my associate's degree in the 15th of August. To get my Associate of Arts. I'm old. I know. I'm 17. I turned 18 the 21st. So, a week after, pretty much around a week after my first day of college starts, I turn 18. I'll be an adult. You're South. You're South South. You're like South South. You're like down there in the deep part. And you're in high school? Hello. I feel so old. I started this channel when I was almost sophomore in high school, and now I'm going into college, and I feel so old. I feel like an old man. Congratulations on high school, though. Amazing. That's my main demographic, I feel, is people in high school. High schoolers. I failed twice, but I'm 17. 17. Nice. I thought so. My mate is also high school, and she's starting tomorrow. Yeah, that's really weird. The differences in times are weird. The high school in my area doesn't start until like the 26th. I think the first day of school for anything for high school is the 26th. I know the middle school starts the 26th. Oh, sophomore. Aw, that's okay though. It's okay. That's completely valid. I'm older than all of you, so ha. I think it's valid. I think it's a very valid situation. I love it. But that is when the school year starts, the streaming. Oh, that's insane. That's insane. I'm not that old. I'm still 17 until the 21st. Then I'll be an adult. Then I'll be old. How about if I lottery tickets? I'll win the lottery. I won't win the lottery. I will probably not win the lottery at all, actually. But yeah, when school starts up, my streaming schedule is going to be drastically shifted because I'll be a full-time student from 8 in the morning to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And then I'll be a part-time employee at where I work from 4 in the afternoon to 10 o'clock at night. And then I'll have to wake up early the next morning to go to school again. So I won't be able to do nightly streams because I will be having to wake up early in the morning to go to school. Exactly. The 21st years old as me. See? I'm not that old. Yeah. I'm so youthful. Oh my god. I don't feel youthful. I feel like I might be a little too old for this. But you know what? No. My biggest concern right now is my streaming life, like my YouTube channel, greatly interfering with my future career choice. Like, I want to go into being a teacher, right? If my stuff gets out, like, there's like the digital footprint thing. If my stuff gets out here of me cussing about video game characters online while I'm in college, and then I try to get a job somewhere as a teacher, they're probably not going to hire me if they know I've been cussing online about video game characters as an adult. And that's like a big fear for me, is to like have to lose my channel because it's not kid friendly and I'm going to be a teacher. You give teacher vibes, thank you. I want to be a music teacher. Well, a music slash theater teacher, drama, that kind of thing. Thank you. I appreciate the teacher vibe. It's nice. When I get to 4-year college after I get my associates, I'm going to be working to get my education degree. The janitor position's insane. You're too young to be a janitor. You're still in high school. You're a little high schooler. You can't be a janitor too. Well, you probably could actually. Just not at a school. You could probably be a janitor. That'll be fun. My mom started off as a janitor before she worked her way up to being cake decorator. But like dead ass. This schedule will be very messed up. Schedule will be very messed up with when I am actually streaming. I might, if I don't have homework, I might stream during afternoons, but it'll be a lot less regular because it will be dependent on when I go to work, if I work, and what my homework looks like. I missed 3 years of my secondary, which is a bit just not as cool. Well, it's okay. You don't need to rush into getting a job. You really don't. You can like wait in your job when you feel like you can handle a job. That's always valid. Like, I waited. I was 16 when I got a job. I got a job my junior year of high school. So it's not like don't rush into getting a job if you don't feel like you're ready to have a job, or if you don't have like the schedule to have a job. If you don't need a job to survive, it's not great. But if you like are planning to go to college or move out when you turn 18 or stuff like that, it would be good to get a job so you can afford that kind of future expenses, especially with house prices going up and college prices going up. Anxiety. So do I. You have anxiety. I'm sorry. Getting a job can be a huge help with anxiety. Like, once you get into that routine of your job routine and you start working with that, it can be a huge, like, help with preparing yourself for the workplace while having anxiety. Like, I went in, I was really shy. I had intense social anxiety. I couldn't talk to people regularly. Then I got a job as a waitress, and I like channel the inner waitress, like the script, the schedule. You have to say this, this is what you say in response to this, and prepare all of that. Like building blocks of what should I say in what situation, and like how memorize like a script kind of. And it helps my anxiety a lot because it's usually expected, and it's really helped with my social anxiety with talking with people to do that kind of thing. So jobs can hinder your anxiety. Aww. I know Lewis's name is Lewis. I know your name isn't Sebastian. I've gathered that you're probably not named Sebastian based off of the video game character. But I'm not gonna ask people's ages. Or where do you go to school? Where do you live? I'm not gonna ask that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna ask your name. I will refer to you by your username unless expressly told not to do so. That's just me though. I'm gonna get back on track so this stream doesn't last 5 hours of me just talking to everyone. The code. It's giving Roblox when you're trying to type information and it gives you the hashtags. That's what that's giving. Like, I won't state where I live. I'll state the state. I live in North Carolina. That's just basic information. Hi, I live in North Carolina. But that's exactly what that's giving. Is it's giving the Roblox hashtags, and I'm living for it. Sage. Oh. That is the same name. Yeah. Yeah, Lewis told me about that story. The backstory behind his profile picture and all of the channel. Lewis was very chill. Lewis was a very chill guy. That's insane. That is insane. The Valorant is insane. That's wild. That's some wild stuff, guys. I'm gonna move on. So, least I shower. That's insane. You know what? Valid. At least you shower. That is the most valid statement a person could give. At least I shower. You know what? That's good. It's good you shower. You need that to be clean, be hygienic. That's the word I'm trying to use, yeah. Hygienic. Be hygieneful. I really got named her a plant. That's such a pretty name, though. I think Sage is a very nice name. I really do. I really like the name Sage. I'm being dead honest. I really do. So, but I like nature names. So, I searched my name online. Yeah, Alex. I can see that. My name is not so much my name online, so good luck. So we have Alex and Sage Sebastian. I'm calling you both now. You will be simultaneously switched between being called Sage and Sebastian. I will switch you consistently. And I will continue calling you Alex, because that's what I've been calling you. Gwen Stacy. That's actually my first name, is Gwen. I think I say that a lot. I've explicitly told my name to everyone multiple times on this live. In my channel. I'm not hiding my name. I know who I am. I used to go by an alias when I was younger, but I'm almost an adult now. I can go by my name. I know you're male. It's more female. Yeah, I can see Sage being a female name. But you're male. It's a big womp womp. Sage and Gwen. We have a Sage, we have an Alex, we have a Gwen. All chilling in a little live stream. Talking about Stardew Valley characters and schooling. I love and appreciate this. Very much so. Very much. I'm gonna go on, because I don't think we have very much left. Yeah, we're over halfway done. It's just the ending characters, and the characters I don't like. The thing is, there's 2 characters left I don't like, so the rest just chill. Well, actually, there's 3. There are 3 characters left I don't like, particularly like. Yeah, it's 3. There are 3 of them. Everyone else I'm chill with, or I love. So, click. Oh, him. This is Lewis, guys. Lewis is the negative 1 out of 10. His only pro is he's the bear. He gives you the farm, technically. He gives you the message board, which is just more work for you to do, but I guess it's the good thing it's there. Agree. I agree, Alex. I agree. He is a negative. I do not like the senile old man. But he does set up the festivals. He is the guy who organizes all the festivals. He sets up everything. I appreciate that. Let me list his list of cons. He takes taxpayers' money and makes a gold statue of himself instead of fixing up the things in town. That instead of fixing things in town that he could fix with taxpayer money, he has me fix it instead. Like the lazy boy. The Halloween one is not. The Halloween one is this. Isn't the Halloween one set up by, like, Marlon? I think Marlon sets up the Halloween one. Everything else is set up by him. He, like, organizes everything. Negative infinite 10. I agree. I don't like him. He attacks the poor people for their taxes. He's power hungry. He, like, looks at you and is like, don't run against me for mayor. I like being mayor. And it's like, okay. Yeah, it's Marlon and the wizard. I think Marlon gets the stuff, it kind of sets up, and then the wizard, like, enchants it, so everyone's still safe, despite there being monsters in the town. And the wizard enchants the maze. The wizard, I know the wizard sets up the maze. I think Rasmodius, the wizard, and Marlon, I think they, like, work together to set up this creepy experience for Halloween, and I kind of love it. The mayor desires approval too much from the governor. I feel like the mayor would do anything for the governor. And I feel like that's not a good thing. Also, the Marnie affair. He looks right in the eyes and says we can't tell anyone about our love because I am embarrassed and it would ruin my career. The eye roll I give. Now, the trespassing thing. He, at the beginning of the game, goes into our house, cleans up the house, doesn't think to clean up the actual farm, but cleans up all of that mess. I know, the Marty stuff is awful. I actually hate him for that. He is actually a terrible person. He is so creepy. He goes onto your farm every night, takes the stuff from your boxes, and leaves your farm and sells it. And it's like, imagine if you put like all your stuff in this box. Imagine Lewis coming into your farm with his little wheelbarrow or his truck and is piling all of your things after dark, after like 2 a.m. at night. Lewis taking all of your things and selling them. And honestly, I don't trust him enough not to be taking some of my profit away as like taxes. Oh! Oh, yeah, you're good. Here, actually, Ray! Ray, you're good! Sorry, I have to do this. Hi, Ray. You're good. If you make a new account for your Discord, you can message me on this. You can message me like via the comments, and I'll give you a link. You can message me privately. I'll give you a link. Anything at all. You still have your role. You're all good. Love and appreciate you. Love and appreciate you. If you, yeah, you're still Lily. I got you. This has happened before. I think with Alistair. Alistair got hacked and logged out of their old account, so we had to do a bunch of adjustments. Jaden's the same deal. He got logged out, had to make a new account. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, just message me whenever you get your new account set up, and I'll send you a link invite. Yeah. Oh yeah, if you didn't know, we have a Discord account for the Elven Isles. If you're interested in the production, or you just like fantasy series and you want to chill and like that kind of thing, we're like a really open group. You don't have to be in the cast or be involved in the production to be a part of the group chat. We have channels for everything. We have like gaming channels, we have art channels, we have channels for just like talking about stuff. We have little hints that get posted out about the series for people that are in the series. The only people that have access to the voice lines and the script are people that are in the series, so you're not gonna just like spoil yourself. Yeah, I got you, Ray. I got you. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I got you. I texted out something knowing full well you could probably hear me since you were on the live stream. What am I doing? What am I doing? Silly me. Silly me. Lewis thinks we're insane. I don't like Lewis. I don't like him. Lewis, we get the community center from Lewis. He unlocks it for us. Eye roll. But we see the junior mouse and he's like, lay down. You're crazy. You know what? I'll keep this place unlocked so you can clean out the rats. Like, for real. This man looks us dead in the eyes and says, I've known you for a week. Clean out the rats in the community center. Who does that? Who does that? He makes us do everything. He's the mayor and we do everything. I hate Lewis so much. He is a rat. Rat material. 0 out of 10. Actually, -1 out of 10. Do not recommend at all. Click. Clint. The next person I hate on this game. Clint. 2 out of 10. Another dislike. I don't like him very much at all. 0. 0 out of 10 for Clint. Look at him. Look at that little nerd. Ew. I know. Ew, right? That's what I'm saying. I'm saying ew. Little bearded boy. The only pro Clint has is he runs the blacksmith, he breaks her geodes, he makes the better improvement, upgraded stuff, and he gives you the furnace. And he's a sad little pick-me boy. Sad pick-me boy. He is Emily obsessed. He is a creep. And he's always, like, crying about how much he hates his job. And I'm like, if you hate your job so much, get a new job. 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10 is so valid. Dead ass. 1 out of 10, I agree. I agree. He is actually trash. 2 out of 10 for Clint is the most valid I can get. The creepy little sad pick-me boy who cries about his life every second he can get. I don't like him. Period. I'll give him a 0 out of 10 just because he gets better shit and gets you the furnace. That's valid. That's valid. 0 out of 10 because he does give you he gives you stuff. He's useful. He gives you things you need to complete the game. And that is what gives him the 2 points. Is he gives you stuff that you need to complete the game. Bah. Krobus. I would lay down my life for this man. 100 out of 10. He has no cons. He is perfect in every possible way. He owns the shop. That gives you the return scepter, which is the best thing ever when you don't want to pass out every 5 seconds. He is so sweet to you. You can buy iridium sprinklers from him. He is so sweet. He has the whole lore with he's a shadow man trapped, fear of death in the sewers. He has the whole thing with the dwarf war. He's just I just love him. Look at his little face. Look at his little face. Yes, I love we can all agree that Krobus is the best character ever. I appreciate the love and support for Krobus. Look, 1 second. 1 second. This is gonna be worth it for everyone. Hi, Kobe. My little copacetic. Hi, babies. Oh no. Oh. This was worth it for me. That's so valid. But guys, look at him. Look at him. Look at his little face. I went up because I keep him up there in my little hi Kopi. Hi there. Look at him. It's a little Krobus. This is all I have in my life. Clearly all I have in my life is my little Krobus guy. I had to find him. I went up, I was searching for him and I could not find him, then I realized he fell. That's why I couldn't find him. But he's a glow in the dark. I got him from the merch shop. His eyes and his mouth, they glow in the dark. So I put my phone flashlight up to his eyes, and then I turn my phone flashlight off, and then they glow green. I want to keep him down in the jar. He goes in the jar. I might actually start keeping. What the fuck? Wait a goddamn. Oh my god, my stuff is falling. I think I did that. I think I made all my stuff fall. I have a bunch of Stardew Valley stuff around. I have a little setup, okay. You can't see it because it's my desk setup, and my laptop's on my desk. No copy. But I have 2 Stardew Valley posters on my desk. I have little Stardew Valley rocks that my younger sibling made. That they have little painted Junimos on them and a little painted star drop on one. I have the Spirits Eve Festival poster, and I have the Night Market Festival. Yeah, It is. It's the night market festival. It fell down. I have the 2 posters there for that. I have like Minecraft. I have little Minecraft ornaments with axolotls on them that sit on my desk. I have a little paper Stardew Valley thing on my desk. I have all the Stardew Valley merch you could ever want in your life. I promise. It's literally me, guys. I am that. And over there, I'm going to point in the direction you can't see. I have the Flower Dance poster, and I have the Stardew Valley Fair poster for Stardew Valley. I have a problem. I might be obsessed with this game. Don't judge me. I'm going to sit with Krobus on my lap now. He's just going to get to watch this with me. My sweet little guy. Look at how sweet he is. That's the statue he gives you when you date him. I love him. This is just him being the baby. I'm sorry I distracted you with my glory-full Stardew Valley poster PowerPoint that I made on Canva. Goodbye. Have a nice night. I forget how late it is for people that aren't in America. Goodbye. I'm a little distracted. Look at how cute he is in this little movie theater disguised. Have a good rest. Oh, thank you. Thank you, I appreciate it. I will do my best to have a good day, a good stream for the rest of the time I streaming. Thank you, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Good luck out there in the big, wide, beautiful world. Alex. Look at Krobus's little movie theater outfit. I can't. If you invite him to the movie theater, you'll be greeted by this beautiful little human disguise. I can't with him. He is so baby boy coded. I just love him so much. I have a problem. Okay. Now on to the not as great people. Elliot gets a 6 out of 10. I mean the nicest way possible. I don't like Elliot very much. He is a poet. That's cool, I guess. He's romantic. That's real nice. I guess his sense of the romantic interest, him being romantic's a good thing. I can stand by that. I can agree with that. That's valid. However, he has ugly hair. He lives in a shack on the beach. He doesn't know how to water plants correctly. He literally talks about watering his plants with salt water, like an idiot. He never develops. His character never gets better or worse. He just chills. He has no actual lore behind being a budding writer. That's literally it. He's just kind of boring. And in that one scene with Gus, Elliot snaps his fingers as a waitress. I would not take that. The biggest red flag is treating your waiter with disrespect would be the biggest red flag. I'm dropping you right now. You don't disrespect the people who are serving you food. I would drop dead for Gus. Elliot disrespecting my man, I would actually die. 5 out of 10. I can see 5 out of 10. I support 5 out of 10. 6 out of 10 is being generous. 6 out of 10 is generous for Elliot. He is a definite 5 out of 10, though. I can see 5 out of 10. I just feel bad giving him lower than a 6 because I gave the other characters that have 5 out of 10s, Elliot's better than them. Haley and Alex have 5 out of 10s, and I feel like Elliot's not quite at the 5 out of 10 level because of that. Elliot's better than Haley and Alex. So he gets to be higher ranking than Haley and Alex. Is he Dream? Girl! He really is he has a special fancy profile. Hi, Kopi. That's his profile. He has the profile that's facing the other direction. It's girl, what are you doing? What is this? He is so weird. He's supposed to be the heartthrob poet guy, but I'm not appealing to that. That's just not my thing. Willie. Willie gets a 9 out of 10. I adore Willie so much. He's a nice little old guy He is the grandfather figure we actually need, other than our grandfather in the game. Our grandfather in the game sucks. Our grandfather in the game, quite literally, comes back after 3 years to judge our progress. Like, oh my god, are you serious? He also, the grandfather in the game, looks you dead in the eyes. He's like a child. He's on his deathbed, and he's like, one day, you're gonna open your eyes, and you're gonna realize you hate your life. And you'll be desperate for a change. When that time comes, open this letter. And it's like, you're like a 10-year-old, and your grandfather's telling you you're gonna hate your life one day. It's like, oh, okay. Great. I love that. 10 out of 10, I can see a 10 out of 10 for Willy. I can see a 10 out of 10 for Willy. I support the 10 out of 10 for Willy. 10 out of 10, highly recommend him. He is great. He's funny. He has the whole little crab cutscene that I think's hilarious. He owns the fish shop, which we can buy stuff from. He gives us the bamboo pole, which unlocks the fishing, which is huge for the game. And then you can buy the iridium rod from the fish shop, so obviously he's next level. He's the guy that gives you the boat to Ginger Island, which is so useful. You have to make yourself, but like, so useful. He still takes us there. And he's the guy that kind of helps Leo out with us. So he's a nice guy. His cons is he gives you too many quests. I get like 2 quests a week telling me to fish stuff for Willy, and that's just too much work for me. Also, Willy technically has no lore. He just kind of chills and owns the fish shop, which I think is great for him. Like Gus, he doesn't have any lore, but he's so useful, and he's just such a nice character. I just love him, and I can't find anything else bad about him. So he just is the best. I just love Willy. I just love Willy. Robin also gets a 9 out of 10. I'm working my way. I went down to the beach, now I'm gonna go up to the mountains. We have Robin, who is a 9 out of 10. I love Robin. I think Robin is the greatest. Solely because Robin stands up to Lewis so much. She's so funny, and she's so real. She like it's a little rustic. Krusty's more like it, and it's like, ha ha ha. She tells that joke when you get the message board that I find hilarious every time I hear it. I think she's great. No lore. No lore. You suck. 0 out of 10. I love that. I love that. I feel like my biggest complaint about like half these characters is that they have nothing going on in their life. They have no lore. And that's like my biggest complaint about half the characters in this game is you don't have anything going on. You have no trauma. You're not interesting. Oh well, sue me. Robin is the best mother in this game. Caroline and Jody both got like 7 out of 10s. Robin gets a 9. She is the top tier mother. She owns the carpenter shop, which gives us everything. Literally every building we need in the game is built by Robin. Also, she's hot as hell. Look at her. She's a MILF for real. The only things that are wrong with her is she's kind of off with Sebastian, not believing that he has a job, which I don't like that about Robin. However, you can't marry her, which breaks me down. I want to steal her away from Demetrius, and I want to marry her. I could treat her so much better than Demetrius ever could. 9.5 out of 10 is the most valid. I think that's a good number. I think that is a good, valid, honest number. 9.5 out of 10. I would take that. I would take a 9.5 out of 10 for her. I agree. Click. Okay, I'm gonna get yelled at for this one. I know I am. I give Demetrius a 4 out of 10. I'm sorry. I know. Demetrius gets a 4 out of 10. I don't particularly like him. He is very smart. I like that he's smart. He's a good dad to Maru. I appreciate that he's a good dad to Maru. I appreciate that. Maru needs a good dad. I like that. An emphasis on the to Maru, though. He's a good dad to Maru. And he's an okay husband. He's nice to Robin sometimes. They dance at the saloon. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I appreciate that about him. And he gives us the cave that is either the mushrooms or the fruit bats. That's valid. I can handle that. His cons, he's way too literal. He's way too literal. And he would do anything to prove, like, how smart he is. Robin sent him out to go get fruit. Literally sent him out to go get fruit. He comes back with tomatoes. And then proceeds to argue about how he's right because tomatoes are fruits. It's like, girl, what are you doing? Are you being so for real right now? You bought a tomato just so you could flaunt that you know that tomatoes are fruits. That's like, if you know your wife is looking for fruit to make like a salad or like a fruit salad or a smoothie, and you go back and you go bring tomatoes, you're just buying tomatoes to flaunt how smart you are. You can't even argue with me on that. Like, I know that for a fact. No one goes out and buys tomatoes because they think that that's a valid fruit option for a salad. No, that's not how this works. He doesn't understand art. Robin was like with this really pretty bed thing and was like so proud of it. And Demetrius basically said, it just seems a little unnecessary. And it's like, oh my god, do you not understand how art works? What are you doing? And I get so mad at him in that cutscene. He's not a good dad to Sebastian. He kind of pretends Sebastian like doesn't exist. And it makes me really sad because that's technically Sebastian's stepdad. Like pretends doesn't exist. And it's like, okay, rude. And he's way too overprotective over Mario. Like, that whole cutscene where he's like, you stay away from my daughter's bright future is, like, insane. I'm like, okay, bad guy, back up. I don't appreciate you coming for my head like this. I just want to date your daughter. My god. So I feel like a 4 to 10 is very good for Demetrius. He's by no means a bad character. It's just personal things I have peeves with that he does in cutscenes. That's really it. Just personal things I have peeves with. Next is Maru. Maru is the top tier spouse. 9 out of 10. I love Maru. I actually love Maru. She is so smart. She's like incredibly intelligent. She works as like a nurse and an inventor. She has a passion for inventing and like astronomy, and her cutscenes are like astronomy based, and I love that because I'm an astronomy lover. And her gifts are like iron bars and battery packs, and girl, I don't know about you, but those things are so useful, and I will take it any chance I can get. However, she's not a good sister, like stepsister to Sebastian. And that's like the main downside to her, is she's not a good sister to Sebastian. 8.5 out of 10. Okay, I can see 8.5 out of 10. That's really close to where I put her. And I know I didn't pull the whole, she has no lore thing on Maru, but I feel like Maru doesn't need lore. Maru has enough personality that she doesn't need lore to make her interesting. A lot of the characters I got down on for not having lore are because they don't have enough personality to make up for the fact they don't have lore. Maru has like passion and like the overprotector father thing and the weird mixed family thing with she lives with her, well, actually, kind of, yeah. She lives with her dad, and I think Robin's her biological mother. I'm not sure. But she also lives with her stepbrother. And Sebastian has the whole thing, lives with his mom and his stepdad and his stepsister kind of deal. So, like, they have the whole kind of, like, step family thing going for them, which I can appreciate. But, like, I genuinely sat down thinking about Maru, and I could not come up with cons for her. I, like, genuinely could not come up with anything wrong with Maru, beyond the fact that she's not a great sister to Sebastian. And I felt like, I'm like, oh, I really can't think of anything wrong with this girl. What's wrong with this? Yeah, so 9 out of 10. I think that's valid. Click. Sebastian gets a 9 out of 10, though. I love Sebastian. Oh, they are the same. I love Sebastian. I think he's great. I think nothing could ever go wrong with Sebastian. Not you. I think nothing could go wrong with Sebastian. I think he's the best. I think he eats every day of his life. He is an emo boy. Some people like that, some people don't. I do. He likes the frogs. I like the frogs. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. He has lore, kind of. I don't care. Mario can electrocute me all she wants to. I like Mario. Okay? And Mario can electrocute me any day of the week. It's not the best, but you never actually, like, take immediate damage. 8 out of 10's insane! 8 out of 10 is wild! I think 9 out of 10. He has the, oh my god, hi cat. Hi cat. Hi baby. Oh my god, down you go. I feel like he has some lore that I think needs to get explored more often. Because he has a whole thing with his dad. Who the frick is his dad? I want to know who his dad is. And it's never discussed who his dad is. He's also employed. He has a job, despite everyone's belief. He does have a job. He also has a motorcycle, which I think is cool as hell. And he's a D&D nerd. Hello? And a musician? Hello? I don't know about you, but I take it. His lore is not explored, however. Again, he doesn't. Who the frick is his dad? He smokes. That's a big turnoff for me. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. I don't like smokers. Romantically. I don't romantically like smokers. I'm not gonna look you dead in the eyes and say, you smoke, we can't be friends. I'm not gonna do that kind of thing. But, like, I don't personally agree with smoking. I think it's bad for you. Oh, well. It is bad for you. Because it is. We ruin his dreams. We do ruin his dreams. We look Sebastian. Sebastian's like, I want to get out of this town and move to the city and be a city boy, be free. And then we marry him and trap him in this town forever, which I always feel bad about doing. But like, I love him, so I can't help myself. And then the con is emo boy. He's an emo boy. Some people don't like that he's emo, and he stays in his room all the time. And then you have to like wait to be friends with him and meet him because he's always in his room, and it's like so hard to get to do hearts with him because he's always in his room. But he's a working man. You can't blame him for that. I just love him. I just love him too much. Linus gets a 10 out of 10. Linus gets a solid 10 out of 10. He is a poor, sweet man who is just sad and doesn't want you to break his house, who forages and we steal all his forage. This is a pity. I gave him a pity love because I feel bad for taking all his food away and destroying his fire because I always destroy his fire because I feel like a monster every time I do it and I like to do it. Also, he's actually rich. He like lives in the woods and chooses to live in a tent and then pays $400 for like 3 fish. And I'm like, alright, bet. I'll take your money I'll take all your money away. His main con is he needs lore. He does need lore. He like just kind of I need to know why he lives like he lives. I understand his like I live like how I live. But I need to understand why he lives like he lives. I really do. He's also a homeless man who's probably dirty. I get he bathes in the river, but I catch algae in the river. So maybe that's not a good thing that he's bathing in the river. So, but other than that, Linus is chill. I think Linus is like the most chill guy ever. Look at he's like Santa Claus. He's like homeless Santa Claus. And I love and appreciate him for that. Being homeless Santa Claus. I think Linus is so chill. Forever. Click. The dwarf gets a 6 out of 10. Okay. I never really get into it with the dwarf, I'm gonna be honest. He's very nice. He has a very nice cave shop. I mean, he lives in the caves and gives me life elixirs. So, I mean, I can't say anything bad about that. I like the life elixirs. They give me life. Literally. He's easy to access in the aspect that all you have to do is take a cherry bomb and blow up the wall and you can get to his shop. That's what I mean by easy access. Is his location is easy to access. And his lore exists. He has lore with the whole shadow man dwarf war thing that goes on. Which is I would appreciate getting more in depth with it, but it's there and it exists, and oh well. His cons are he's very static. He is. He just kind of chills. Nothing really happens with him. He stays the same and he stays that way forever. Okay. He's hard to access in the aspect that you can't actually get the shop or him as a character to be friends with until you get all 4 dwarf scrolls and get the dwarf translation manual. Which takes for freaking ever if you're not actively looking for the dwarf scrolls. I'm like dying trying to find them. I'm just like, blah, 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 blah. So he's kind of hard to access, and he's just a weird little guy who lives in a cave and has like a chest where he sells things. Dwarfs. Sad day. Okay, guys, are you ready for this? You're not gonna live. Ready? They are all the same. They are all the same. The dwarf, the Jawa, and the Martian. They all give off the same vibes. Imagine the Jawa as the dwarf with a gun. Look at them. They are twins. And the Martian's just special mention because I feel like the dwarf and the Martian feel the same to me personality-wise. The little guy is like, I love them. Oh yeah, and that is a Jawa. That is a Jawa from Star Wars, by the way. If you don't know what that is, that's a Jawa from Star Wars. Click. Sandy gets a 6 out of 10. Sandy gets a 6 out of 10 because she has the desert shop, which is nice. You get rhubarb, you get the things you need from the desert shop. I appreciate that. And she's nice. She's a nice guy. I think she's nice. That's enough for me. However, she's so boring. She quite literally has nothing going on for her. She has no lore, no story, nothing. She owns the shop at the deserts. That's all she does. And that is so boring to me. I need her to do more than just run the shop. I need more from her. I need more. I just need more. I can't. Click. Now finally we have Leo, who is our 10 out of 10 little bird boy. Nothing can make me hate Leo. Sandy x Emily is so real. Sandy and Emily should date. For sure. Sandy and Emily should date. Penny and Maru should date. Sam, Sebastian, and Abigail should get into a polyamorous relationship and they should date. Alex and Haley should date. I feel like they'd fit each other nicely. And then Leah and Elliot should date because they fit each other nicely. If the farmer didn't exist, that is the perfect world. And Shane stays single and works on himself. And Harvey stays single and works on his job. Becoming a good doctor. And that is my perfect world. Right there. Perfect world. Leo is a poor bird boy. He's a sweet kid. He's a poor little sweet kid who lives in an island by himself with birds. He has the obvious lore of his parents are like dead. He's stranded on an island being raised by birds. He thinks he's a bird. Yeah. Poor Leo. His main cons is he's so stunted with social stuff. He probably hasn't talked to another human being since his parents died. He's been talking to the birds. And his lore is never taken into account in base game at all. Once you get to Leo's Trust, you take him to the mainland where he starts going to school with like Penny and Joss and Vincent. And then he lives in a new tree by the homeless man who lives in a tent and bathes in the river. He's a child. He never gets a guardian. He just stays a little orphan forever in a tree stump. And then he never, like, gets therapy and he never gets help. He just, like, starts going to school. And I'm like, this little boy thought he was a bird. I need you to take him to Zuzu City and give him therapy like Shane's getting. And then put him into a helpful home and someone adopt him and take him in and treat him like a human because he was raised by birds. Like, he needs a psychiatrist and not a tree. And I feel like his lore needs to get, like, his trauma needs to be taken into account by the people in this game. He was alone, without human contact for years. Help him. He needs more professional help than the woman who teaches the 2 children in the town. I mean, And the fisher who lives alone on a dock. I think he needs more help than those two people. And sometimes the homeless man who lives in the tent. Like, I think these aren't the best things to be around. Me personally. And then he has the whole thing where people are shipping Leo and Jas, and I'm like, they're literally children. They are actually tiny children. And Leo was raised by birds. Jas deserves so much better than that. Let Leo get used to being a human again before you start shipping him with the children. Like, they're kids. Don't ship them together. What are you doing? Get good. Anyway, Leo brings us to the end of my PowerPoint presentation. Thank you, Leo. Again, I'm not going into the detail with the NPCs that you don't interact with, like Grandpa or Mr. Key. You can't give them gifts. You can't gain their friendship. Therefore, they are not valid on my list. No. No, no, no. And I'm pretty sure that's all of them. I'm pretty sure that's everyone. I don't think I missed. I went through the map and I went to like everyone's houses. I don't think I missed anyone that you can like be friends with in base game. Elle wants me to make a PowerPoint for Ridgeside Village and for Expanded. I said, okay, I'll look into it. It took me an entire day to make this PowerPoint. So, yeah. I might go live tonight playing a horror game that doesn't require my internet access. So my internet that gives out every night won't go out. So I will probably be online again later. Since I have the day off, so I'm kind of chilling. Good luck out there. Have a nice day, everyone. If you like content like this, where I'm rating things and talking about things and giving my things, ignore these things that I have popped up. You guys should totally come like and subscribe and turn your notification bell on so you can see more of my live streams. I'm going to be doing more things where I talk about opinions. So if you want like questions or to learn about things in the village like Stardew Valley, I will be talking about things and giving tips and my opinion about like the farm types, that kind of thing. Because I feel like my opinions can be helpful sometimes with stuff. So yeah. Anyway, have a everyone. Goodbye. Adios.